Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel and I like to help people try and find a sense of calm. I created this channel to share tips and tools for mental health and well-being and voice techniques for meditation and healing. All of the techniques that I share are easy to do and can be made by anybody that has a voice. The last few videos we've been working through the vowel sounds, and today we're finishing off with the last vowel sound. At least in English we only use 5 vowel sounds, so today we're just working through the last one, which is E. I'll demonstrate that sound in a moment, but just make sure you're setting yourself up correctly. So make sure that you're sitting comfortably, you have a nice erect posture, that your posture is supported by your spine, and then just try and hang the rest of your body around that erect spine. Try and imagine, before you make the sound, the column of sound that's already there, and you're just going to bring through the sound and allow it to come out. When you're actually making the sound, imagine that you're inhaling it into your own body or sucking it in, because we're actually intoning these sounds. We're looking to try and create a vibration within our own body, because when we gently vibrate all the cells of our own body, we bring about change. And the only way we can vibrate every living cell, every cell in our body, is through making our own sound. So this is very much about you finding your own sound rather than the correct sound or a nice sound. Yeah, it's literally just an open vowel sound. Try and make the sound to the very end of the breath, because when you do that, you kick in something called the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps to calm you down. If you can, try and come out in nature to make the sounds, because then you're kind of getting like a double bonus, you know. Just being in nature is very calming for us. We are part of nature. When we put ourselves in nature, some part of us can relax. And all the while we're in nature, nature is feeding us and helping us. If you can't be in nature, then just find a tree, to sit with and be with. Just that connection with nature can help. So we're going to start making the sound. I will demonstrate the sound. It goes like this. So if it was written, it would be kind of E, 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 reoccurring. And the sound is kind of like the one in geese. E. Yeah, I think that's all you need to know for now. So let's make the sound together. I'm going to make the sound 3 times, but you may find that you can make the sound more than 3 times in the same amount of time. So just keep repeating until you hear that I've stopped. When you do go to the very end of your breath making the sound, try if you can just to sit momentarily in the space that comes at the very end of the breath. Because when you do that, you are extremely powerfully in the now moment, and all sorts of magical and amazing things can happen just in that extended out breath. So it's really worth just pushing through and trying to extend the out breath and sitting just momentarily in the space that comes at the end, before the diaphragm will release and the new in-breath will come in. The other thing about emptying the out-breath is that you're letting go of everything that's stale and old, that you don't need anymore, to be inspired with new air and new ideas. So okay, let's make the sound together. So remember, when you're making the sounds, try and make it so that you can hear both my sound and your sound at the same time, and actively listen to the sound. Because when you're actively listening rather than passively hearing, when you're actively listening to sound, you can't be thinking at the same time. So again, it brings you powerfully into the here and the now. You may think that making vowel sounds very simple, what possible benefit can there be? But actually vowel sounds are extremely powerful, because when we make an open vowel sound, we create a harmonic or an overtone. And that harmonic or overtone has a very profoundly healing effect on the mind, the body and the spirit. Some of the frequencies that are created we can hear, some of them we can't hear, but they are nonetheless affecting us. If you want to feel a slightly stronger sense of these overtones, have another go making these sounds either in the bathroom, because there's solid walls, it's a more resonant chamber, but also the car, if obviously not when you're driving, but it's a nice resonant chamber. And if you make an open vowel sound in the car, it's much easier, or in the bathroom, somewhere with a good acoustic, a good resonance, you can often hear the overtone, or some of the overtones a little bit more easily. But try not to get hung up on what's happening, just try and enjoy the process. For your body to be able to make these lovely open vowel sounds is very therapeutic. Many of us don't feel like we can use our voice because we can't sing, or we don't think we make a nice sound. You can forget all of that for this. This is just about making a vowel sound, your sound. There's no right or wrong sound. So just try and enjoy the process. So there we are. We've now completed all 5 of the vowel sounds. But in the next session, I'll be working through each of the vowel sounds in one go. So it will be a slightly longer meditation, but it will be a very interesting process to work through one at a time in one session. The other thing I'd like you to just try and become aware of when you're making the sounds, when you're practicing making these vowel sounds, is because you're intoning them into the body. So try and become aware of whether you feel them, whether you can sense where the sound is resonating within your body. Because the different vowel sounds should resonate in different areas in the body. So if you can identify where the vowel sounds resonate for you, because for different people, in my experience, the same sound, it can be felt in a different place. Sometimes the feeling is subtle, so you need to kind of close your eyes and tune in as you make the sound and really listen to your body. And just that in itself can be a powerful thing to do. Many of us survive in our heads and are kind of cut off a little bit from here down. But this body that we have is an amazing gift. So let's try and spend a little bit more time in it and enjoying it. So just have a little play around with making the vowel sounds and seeing if you can feel where the sound is resonating in your body. So that's probably enough for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and share and subscribe, because the more people that do that, the more people just get to see the video. And I'm trying to reach people who may be suffering from mental health issues such as anxiety or depression, to just for people suffering in that way, to just engage in doing something like this just for a few minutes can create a little gap, and the more little gaps that we can create in that, in being stuck in the head with uncomfortable thoughts, so much the better. And little and often, just a little bit every day can make a huge difference. Because what happens is when we practice a little bit every day, that begins to spill out into the rest of our day. When we raise our awareness around where we are, whether we're stuck in our head or whether we're actually here present, that raises our awareness. And we begin to kind of touch on these things throughout the day. And that in itself begins to break up our patterns, our habits. And that can bring something fresh and different. So I encourage you just to play around with these sounds. You know, I'm new to creating these videos, so I apologise for the mistakes. You know, hopefully I will get better. Be patient with me. But you know, I've been practicing these sounds and leading these groups for about 20 years. So it would be really, really nice if I can create a group online, if we can get a community of people making these sounds together. You know, because there's other things that we can do. Once we have a community, we can use the power of the group intention when we're making the sound together to manifest. And that could be very exciting. So there we are. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you being here. And I will be back very soon to go through all of the vowel sounds in one go. So yeah, bye for now.